What's up, Throdle? Do you want to check out the rarest model of the first gen R8s? Well, keep on watching, as today you're in for a ride. Hi, I'm Nadine, the co-founder of Throdle, and today I'm in Odaiba with my buddy Dylan.
Hey Nadine.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey Throdle.
So what kind of car do we have here today?
We have a 2014 R8 LMX, which is actually the rarest of the first generation R8s.
Ah, very nice. And is this one available globally?
More or less, except in North America.
Why is that?
That is because if you have a look down here, it has lasers for headlights.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Apparently was not permitted in the US.
Oh, okay. Now you said this is the rarest. How many units are there in this car?
Well, let me show you.
Ooh, your chassis is number 82.
82 of 99.
Very
It
cool.
always makes me wonder what happens if I damage that part. Presumably there are no spares.
And okay, when I take a look at these wheels, these things are insane.
Yeah, those rims are actually only available on the LMX as well, so I guess that means they only made 99 sets of them. So again, I hope I don't.
You don't want to ruin that, okay?
I think it's pretty cool that the calipers themselves are actually matte. They're like a matte or satin finished red, which I don't think I've ever seen on another car before, so that's pretty interesting.
And you've got some LED lights there at the top.
Yes, it comes pre-pinned out with LEDs to light up the engine bay.
So can we hear it?
You certainly can.
So Dylan, how long have you had this car for?
About 6-7 months now.
Oh, okay. And what prompted you to pick this one up?
Actually, I was looking for a replacement R8 because my last one met an unfortunate demise.
Okay.
I used the insurance money from that to buy this. A customer of Club Velocita, which is the business that I'm involved with that does supercar sharing, had an unfortunate incident at Fuji Speedway.
Oh, okay.
The most important thing is he was fine.
Okay, that's really good.
That's the most important thing. So Club Velocita is basically an idea that started with a group of supercar owners who wanted to have access to each other's cars. They decided they wanted to monetize them and open it up to the general public. So we sell subscriptions, people can pay a monthly fee and get access to a whole range of different supercars. And if they have a supercar themselves, they can put it in there and they can make some money that way.
So can you tell me some of the different supercars that are in the program?
You've got all sorts of stuff. We've got Lamborghini Huracans, McLaren 720S, Rolls-Royce, and G63 AMG, stuff like that.
And how many members do you have so far?
We've got about 48 subscribers at the moment. So that's probably about a quarter of those people actually put cars in themselves, and the rest are just joining to use the service.
So what's your relationship then with Tokyo Supercars?
So Tokyo Supercars is a sister company that basically runs only car-related events and rental. So if you don't want to be involved in the sharing program, but you just want to flat out rent a car like you'd rent a car from, I don't know, Toyota Rent-A-Car. Tokyo Supercars also runs like circuit days and just city drives and stuff like that, so you can just purchase an experience. You don't need to subscribe to anything. You can just pay a certain amount of money and go for a nice drive in the mountains with an experienced team of people.
Well, cool. That's really neat, because you do hear a lot about Turo gaining traction in the US, but that is for any type of car, whereas this is like a very exclusive supercar sharing program.
Gaining traction, pun intended.
Ah, you did catch that. So how many Audi R8s have you had?
This would be my third, but they've all been different.
Okay.
The first one was a V8 Coupe, and the second, that was in Australia, and the second was a GT Spider, which is like kind of the most track focused version, and then this one is the LMX, obviously, which is the best R8. It depends on what your priorities are. If your priority was track performance, then the best R8 is a GT, because that's the most stripped out and lightest and most race oriented. But if what you prioritize is the road, then this is the best one, because it's got the most power and the most features. And
It seems like this one has such a beautiful design though. When you're looking at it, it just stands out amongst the crowd, especially the color.
it gets a lot of attention because the R8's in its second generation now, right? Which the first generation is based off the Gallardo. The second generation is based off the Huracan. And yeah, I definitely prefer the look of the first generation R8. I think it's just a much cleaner, more elegant design. I think the new design is just a bit too busy, and I guess a lot of people agree because the new ones are selling really poorly. They've announced they're not going to do a third generation one.
In terms of any quirks about the car, anything you want to tell us that maybe only you as an owner would know?
R8s don't really have quirks. They're just too perfect in terms of just doing all the car-y things.
So Dylan, how can people find out more about the Supercar sharing program?
clubvelocita.com, follow us on social media, everything is under Club Velocita. If you like this video, please subscribe and share, and also you can find us on the Throdle app, of course.
Awesome. So please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you get notified when we upload something new. So thanks for watching, and join us next time as Throdle's driving connections and fueling experiences.